Hello everyone, I'm Ivan the Amicable, and welcome to Crusader Kings 2. More specifically, we're going to be playing the illustrious Evil Overlord mod. A mod so forbidden, so sacred, that you cannot find it anywhere. The real reason for that is because it contains a few assets which have come from a couple of other mods. So before it does get released, I will take those out and replace them with homegrown, freshly made ones. But without further ado, essentially what we're going to do is we're going to jump straight in at the earliest start date, the early Middle Ages, and we're going to find a nice evil lair for our glorious new evil empire. I've started this out in a couple of different places and died horrifically, and I reckon around here, St. Petersburg sort of area, I think that's going to be great. The kind of objective as the Evil Overlord isn't to be a valiant lord or a noble knight or any of that crap. No, we're just going to play as the worst possible character that you can envisage, a true horrific being. Let's jump on into the ruler creator here. I have added in some custom cultures under the evil category. It might be a bit racist, you know, calling an entire culture of people evil, but we will not worry about that. With any of these four, you can be the Evil Overlord, but for now I think we're going to go with probably Dark Elven. As you can see, the portrait here is from the Warhammer mod. They're great portrait sets, which is why I'm using them as the placeholders for the time being. But we will not worry about that. Randomize them a little bit. I think something like this is going to be fine, although definitely not that haircut. There we go, perfect. Now, we need to set ourselves, of course, to the Dark Elven culture and the evil worship. I tried to find probably the most corny, cringy, and definitely a bit edgy name for this. And I think Followers of Darkness really kind of is perfect for that. Just the right amount of edge. Now, as an Evil Overlord, we've got to think here, what is going to be the best and most villainous set that we can go for? Definitely either Intrigue or Strategist. I think we're going to go for Elusive Shadow today. I think we're going to be a very sneaky Overlord. We will leave this as it is. I don't think we're going to add any traits. We will pick them up through the game. The reason for that is, as an Evil Overlord, we have lots more traits which we have access to through, be it dark magic or, you know, other means. Standard Evil Overlord stuff. Naturally, we're going to get a coat of arms here. I think if we go for something like this, that should serve us nicely. Try and make it plenty evil enough. There we go. Perfect. Great. And let's jump on in. With the game rules, I've set these more or less to the normal. Mongol Invasion Aztecs, they're to delayed so that we don't get yeeted out of existence at the very beginning. Going down here, the rest of it, dueling. If you go and piss off Sauron, he's not going to ask nicely. He's just going to gonk you on the head. We're going to leave that unrestricted. Same with release after punishment. We're going to keep people in the jails whether they like it or not. Grant independence because I hate border gore. And other than that, I think we are pretty much good here. So, without further ado, in we go. Now, as an Evil Overlord, you do play the game a little bit differently. We don't have access to things like levies or retinue, so instead we're going to be relying on special event troops. The way you get those is essentially through cheesy Evil Overlord mana. In this case, it is our Malice, which you can see up here. Stat Piety Menu Malice. Wow. But yes, here we are. Perfect. I did actually craft a wondrous event chain in which you take on the crown of the Evil Overlord. It's very badly broken. We will not worry about that. Instead, we have the perfect cheeky trait in here. Intrigue Decision, Rise of the Overlord. We gain 100 Malice. Let's do that. Rise of the Overlord. Your eternal slumber is over. You look around at your decrepit keep and pathetic servants. It is time for new management. You feel thousands of years of malice building up inside you. This world will kneel before me, or it will burn. All shall kneel before the Overlord. Okay, so we get a lot of stuff here. We get 500 gold, 500 prestige, and 5,000 malice. We become the Overlord, Cruel, Brave, and we become the big boss of the Dark Horde. Now, this may seem very OP for the first event of the game. There is a reason for that. Here we are, we're the Overlord, complete with a fantastic new and evil helmet. The reason for that, essentially, is because as the Overlord, you are a little bit different in how this kind of stuff works. Oh, we haven't changed our name. That's Willem Fem and Harjuama. That's rubbish. We'll keep the terrible first name, but Overlord, there we go. Great. But essentially, you have a limited pool of manpower that's directly corresponding to your malice. So if we go over here into the intrigue menu, I have this kind of a little bit crappy knockoff mana menu here with some knockoff spells. But we won't worry about that too much. As you can see down here, we can spawn in our kind of pseudo-retinues, our regiments of troops using malice. And basically, you have this kind of pool at the beginning here, which you can spend on whichever kind of troops you want. Maybe you want to get an upgrade. Maybe you want to become one of these fancy new congenital traits. Or maybe you want to spend it on some specialised minions. But in this case, I think what we're going to do is we're just going to get ourselves a nice bunch of soldiers to begin with. Let's go with some riders here. As you can see, the models come from the Warhammer mod. I think these work well for it. Obviously, I'm not going to upload this with these in here. But just for the time being for this series, I think they do just nicely. So we're going to get some of them. Let's boost that up with a couple more orcs. And then we're just going to bolster it up in numbers with some skeletons. Get some skeleton archers in here. And I think 3,000 men should be just fine. So we've got, 1,100 skeletons, 700 archers, 700 heavy infantry. These are the orcs. And obviously you've got your orc riders here. Now this is going to be our starting army, and obviously it's going to take us a while for us to build up enough malice to boost these numbers. So basically, if we bugger up an early war here, we are boned. Because one single disastrous battle will be enough to knock us out completely. We don't really get much in the way of levies, and we certainly don't get any retinues, the reason being because of our custom government, despotic tyranny. Means you get bugger all levies. However, you get a nice amount of taxes, morale of armies, and land organisation. So I think the first port of call really for us is going to be to get rid of some of this crap here. Chancellor, we don't really care about it. Everyone hates us. Perfect. Is it even worth having these guys, to be honest? Actually, no, let's just get rid of them. We do not want any disgusting humans in our cabinet here, our council. Instead, we're going to fill it with glorious minions. For the moment, leave that. We don't really care about any of this rubbish. Pick an ambition. Make a friend, very evil. Groom an heir, perfect. We're going to want a nice Overlord Junior. We're going to get war focus. We're going to start smashing people's heads in quite soon. We won't worry about that. But as you can see here, hunt down the humans. One easy way for us to get early malice is by basically booting out the humans from the provinces that we're in. So let's say that we've just conquered some land. We're going to want to hunt down the remaining humans in this area, and obviously doing so is not tremendously nice. Kill or enslave the remaining human population. The province is converted to our culture and our religion, and we gain a nice bit of malice. So let's do that. And in turn, these provinces suddenly look a whole lot more evil, which is exactly what we're going for here. We're going to build a nice pseudo-Mordor. It's going to be fantastic. Probably not for our neighbours, though. And on a similar note, the moment we unpause this, everyone is going to declare war on us, because as it turns out, having the ultimate supreme evil overlord Willem on your border is not fantastic. They're not really into it, and they will try and kill us. So I think what we're going to do is kill them first. Now, if we go down here, we have Dark Invasion, which is our special casus belli. It basically just means that we're going to take over all this land for ourselves. It's kind of a bit like Holy War, but I think they are vassalized underneath us. But then obviously we're just going to do a bit of realm management once we've taken this land over, and kill all of them, pretty much. So let's go ahead, jump in here. Do we want some commanders? We do actually have a spare bit of malice left over. So I'm going to hire us a couple of orc warlords. I think that will do fine. Get a skeletal bureaucrat named Roger. Terrifying. And we'll get Humphrey as well. Perfect. Let's have a look at those. So Roger and Humphrey, MVPs of the game. These guys, absolutely awful. Fantastic. Wow, that is awful. Thrifty Clerk. Our minions are not particularly good at really anything, but we do finally have some glorious people that we can chuck in here. So Roger, he's a bit naff, really. I think this is probably the best we're going to get for the moment. We at least have, you know, some people manning these positions, even if they are a bit rubbish. I mean, for an orc, these guys are not too bad up here. But anyway, let's jump in here. I will get these guys as our commanders, naturally. Orc 1, and the other one, for some reason, he's not coming up here. We won't worry about that. Maybe it's because he's on the council. But anyway, let's jump in here. And I think we're going to hunt down their armies, try and take them out first so that they can't get us. Aggressive leader, that sounds perfect. Yeah, we're just crushing these guys here. We just really want to stop them from grouping up, try and kill as many of their men as we can. See here, the boss man's there, let's kill him. Great. Gonna come over here before they can siege down our province. Gonna take that over. Have they brought in allies? That's a good point. Just this guy. Okay, we won't worry about him. Kill off the remaining guys here. What would be most suited here? Mountains, forest, hills. I feel like there's a lot of forests around here. So that's fine. Siege this one down. 18 men apparently is enough to siege down these provinces. That is tremendous news. But it looks like they're buggering off somewhere else, so we don't really care. Once we get this province, not quite 100, but we'll come here. This guarantees a battle. We can kill some of their men. Still not enough war score. We will kill this army. There we go. Perfect. They are dead. 100? 100. Good stuff. Now this nice... Oh, we got this guy as well. Was he a vassal? I don't really know. We're now known as the Evil. Very appropriate. We finally have ourselves a nice little domain here. I think Novgorod we will turn into the capital, but first, obviously the number one port of call here. Let's start purging these out of... Oh, we can't do him yet. Any that we've taken over ourselves, which it looks like that is the only one, we will purge any humans from them. Naturally, this guy here. We do not like this guy. Let's start purging out the humans. It shouldn't be too long before we wipe these guys out. In we go. Perfect, here. In jail. We want to get rid of that title from him. Wondrous. And we're going to hunt down the remaining humans in the province. This one here. We have him in jail. Can we just revoke his crap? Yes, apparently. Oh. Yes, and yes. And is he still in our jail? Yes, they are. Sure, we'll kill these guys. We'll just kill all of them. Perfect. There is a plot. I'm wondering if these people are dead, are they? No? Yes. They were killed, but oh well, they'll be fine. Good, we now have some more land. Let's begin to purge the people from these lands. We are getting lots of malice for doing this. Here we go. With our newfound malice, I think we do want to get... We could get a lich named Gilbert. We'll get a bureaucrat named Gilbert. Hopefully this guy is better than the others. How are you, Gilbert? Gilbert, fantastic. He is the real champ. Can we get him in here? He is not very well suited here. How about here? Yes. If we do this. No? Okay. Never mind. Well, we have Gilbert now, so hopefully under Gilbert's wise administration we should begin to earn a little bit more money. With that in mind, we do actually have that 500 starting gold. We're going to want to start getting rid of these crappy tribal provinces, getting nice, glorious evil buildings set up. Now, the evil overlord, he doesn't use traditional buildings. No, that would be too nice. So we have our glorious evil versions. In this case, this is the temple here. So as you can see, you have the Lich Tower, the Crypt, Forbidden Library, Vile Laboratory, etc. And it's a completely different set as well in the other stuff. Do we actually have any holy sites, is what I was just thinking there. I think probably not, but because of our tremendous malice, we do have a decent amount of moral authority, so we do not really care in that department. Let's have a little look here then. So let's continue to boot out the people if we haven't done it already. We have, that's good. I think we're going to save up a bit more gold here. Let's start getting some more guys. Skeletons. I really do love these models. There we go, and we'll leave it at that, I think. Consolidate these into our main horde of troops. We want to have the biggest and baddest horde so that we can go and kill the most people. Naturally, as the evil overlord, we can loot, so we're going to do exactly that, I think. We're going to need a bit more malice first, though. The reason being, naturally, we cannot get levies, so we can't get boats. However, we can channel our mana into getting galleys. How it works, I have no idea. We won't think about that. But yeah, as you can kind of see here, this is the general gist of the mod. It's kind of a little bit esque of, if you've played the Overlord games, you kind of know what we're going for. And even if you've read the unrelated, but still similar, Overlord visual novel. No, not visual novel. Light novel. Or the anime as well. You kind of get a similar thing going on there. Obviously, we have our different races which all compete. The three races, the main ones we'll be using, obviously, which are the undead, the orcs, and the elves, which is what we are. They do hate each other. They have quite a big, I think it's opposite trait opinion. Yep, they're not keen, so you will often notice that they do scheme against each other. Our minions will be constantly vying against each other for favour. This guy is not particularly fond of us. Why is that? Orc versus elf. I say not fond, he's a 68, which isn't terrible. The rest of them quite fond of us, obviously we're the Overlord, so we do get a big bonus to opinion for that. Naturally though, we don't really care about opinion. If people start disliking us, certainly if anyone has any kind of need to rebel, anything like that, we will simply direct them towards the closest headsman. That's kind of how we're going to be ruling this. We're going to be the dictator of this land, we're going to be the mega North Korea mode. Not gonna lie, it's a little bit OP, but we're the Overlord. I'm sure there will be some valiant lord somewhere down here in Europe, or maybe in the Middle East, who will challenge us. But we'll see, we'll see. We certainly have a lovely, bright, maybe bright isn't the best word, but we definitely have some sort of future ahead of us. I think the best action here is we're going to go to war with another one of these guys, claim a bit more land while we have a nice horde still going. We can obviously get some malice by purging out these provinces. What can we get here? Grab a few provinces. Who are they at war with? Because the trouble is, if I go in here now, I have a feeling that these guys are going to siege down the provinces first, and we won't get enough war score. I think we go to war with this guy first, claim his land, which we'll do right now. And then obviously he's got these men here. We're going to have to bring in our guys and fight these. And it means that obviously we're going to be able to siege down this and claim all this land as well once the war is done. So that'll be fine. Let's go in here. Is he going to be tempted to move down? Yes, he is. There we go. He's locked in. Can fight him, hopefully. How are we doing here? Yep, easily crushed him. The Battle of Sazok. We are fighting people. Yes, we're going to fight this man. We're going to imprison him. Hopefully that'll give us a little bit of war score. Oh, damn it. The reverse of what I was hoping would not happen has happened. This guy is occupying this province. Not ideal. Let's try and get enough war score by going down here. That is less than ideal. If we can rush that. No. Still not enough. Let's pause it. Let's come back here. It's because he's sieged the bloody thing down. Hold up here, let's let him kill that group of men, and then we'll run in there ourselves. Kill them. I think we're doing okay here. Yep, he's dead. In we go. We should mop up them. I don't think we have Shattered Retreat on, so there we go, another easy battle. And when we get this, ta-da, 100. Wait, what? Did he always have this land? Because I could have sworn we were about to go to war with someone over here to claim it. Okay, well, happy days. This does mean, of course, more people for us to hunt down, more malice. We can hunt them down, the women, the children.
Destroy the child.
Yes. Let's, first things first, though, can we just revoke this? No, we cannot. Does he have a liege? Is that why? Yes, it is. Let's revoke his crap. Now, this will lower his opinion, but since he's tribal, apparently we can just do it anyway. Perfect. In the oubliette. Be gone. Did this give it to us? No? He's still considering... Ah. Perfect. What else do we need? We do need this. Give us that land. We just took it off him. Perfect. Give me your land. He has so much land. I think it's going to be way quicker for us to yeah. There we go. This is all ours now. Do we have any other disgusting human vassals? No, we do not. Perfect. With this, we can begin to purge out these humans, get a bit more malice going. Glorious. Do I want to put Humphrey the Skeleton Bureaucrat in charge of some of this land yet? No, we do not, because we have a very decent domain. I think that's kind of what we're going to do. As we expand out, once we get to the point where we can no longer directly control it, we'll start to dish out some Skeleton Bureaucrats. Build a new holding. That is definitely something we want to consider there, because the trouble with these is... any of these provinces which have these crappy tribes on, it will sometimes give you the option to just basically build over the top of this instead of building a new one. I think if we do that, then that means that we can get rid of these a lot quicker. There's one more here that we need to do that too. Perfect. Yep, there we go. I think that's everywhere, purged of disgusting humans. Now, I can't imagine we're tremendously popular. Is there one here that was opinion? I swear there was. Opinion. Surprisingly, we're not that hated around here. However, once you come down here into Christian and Muslim lands, we are despised. Now, I suspect that is because, yes, we're an infidel and we're also an elf. People not into that. Fair enough. But we're definitely going to want to get a new holding built here. Do we have the money? Yes, we do. We can reduce that a little bit more if we get our glorious Gilbert, the Skeleton Bureaucrat, to oversee construction here. He's very efficient with what he does. That's not bad at all. We'll get that reduced down, and I think we're going to make Novgorod the capital. And we're going to rename that to something evil-sounding, Dark Spire? Dark Spire. Perfect. And yeah, perfect. We'll rename these as well. The Dark Spire tribe. That sounds deliciously evil. And we just about had enough gold for that. We have loads of malice right now, so that means that we can get, hopefully, some more troops. Let's have a look here. Yes, we can. I think, actually, we're going to get some boats. 10 boats for 1,000. Oh, they're very expensive. We'll dock these in here. We won't worry about them for the moment. The thing about these guys is we don't pay any upkeep for them. They're upkeep free. However, none of our forces will reinforce. So that's why I'm saying if we have one disastrous battle, we are essentially a bit fucked. So we're going to try and avoid that, which means having lots of horde troops and plenty of backup malice in case that happens. And certainly because we have bugger all gold at the moment, so mercenaries, not really an option. Let's get some more orcs because they're pretty effective. Some orc riders, I think so. There we go. That's a decent little group there. And we'll leave those as our kind of our backup here. In fact, no, we will not do that at all. We're just going to merge them straight with our main group here. These guys are very effective. And yeah, we've still got a decent amount of guys here. Obviously, skeletons and the archers, they're going to be very useful for sieging down the provinces. Whereas the orcs, they're not particularly good at that. They're more fighty-fighty. There. Can we just offer vassalization? No. They are not interested. That's absolutely fine, you know, because we'll see how many men he's got, actually. Him, not very many, but you've got to bear in mind these are tribal, so these guys, 400 men. 200 men, okay. Easy pickings. Fair enough. I think we'll just try and claim fair. Or do we want to go for one of these? I think this will look nice, so we'll do that. We're going to run straight in here to his capital. And again, we're just going to try and mop up as many of these men as we can. Oh, see what he's going to do. Let him get movement locked. Ta-da! You can game the system perhaps slightly too easily, but that's absolutely fine, you know, we won't worry about that. Is he sieging us down? Yes, he is. Can we siege his thing down quicker? I think so. I think this will be worse for him in the long run. Because what we'll do is we'll take his capital here, hopefully get some prisoners. He is a kid, so that's always an option. Did we take him prisoner? No, we didn't. We will now go and hunt down some more men again. Oh, we take a lot of losses here, actually. We're not doing too great. Aggressive leader, yes. He's very happy. Perfect. I can hear someone sneaking around inside and believe it to be a burglar. I went downstairs and discovered this little shit looking in my mail. I'll teach him to be nosy. He understood. A thing. Excellent. This will hopefully teach you not to look for our mail. Maybe a bit much? Dunno. I'm sure that was fine. That was justified. Let's kill off some men here. Good. Let's get this back. 5 men guarding it. No problem. Let's let them get a little bit... There we go. Guaranteed battle here. I wonder if that'll be enough war score. Maybe? No, apparently not. So we'll come down here, siege up a bit more land. I have no idea what they're doing, but we don't really care about that too much. We'll just let this continue to be sieged up a bit more here. Someone wants to marry someone? Sure. I don't care. Ugh, more sieges. Come into my land, siege my provinces. Humphrey will be chastised by his lack of intrigue. That seems reasonable. Let's get our province back. Kill these men. Perfect. 99%. Hopefully once we get this province back, we'll be able to end the war. Oh, killed more men. Perfect, 100%. Okay, I think that with this Casus Belli, you do actually just take all of their crap. Maybe it's in a kingdom level thing? No? I think you just outright take all their crap. That is slightly overpowered, probably needs a bit of rebalancing, but hey ho, we're the Overlord, we don't really care. Cool. So, this naturally means more land to purge of disgusting humans. Purge this one down. You give me your land. Yes, give me this. You give me your land. Yes. Revoke your land. Yes. Revoke your land. Yes. And definitely revoke your land. Yes. Give me land. Be gone. Give me land. We're slowly approaching this bit here. Nearly at the point where we need skeleton bureaucrats to start looking after our stuff for us. But anyway, I think we've gained a nice amount of land here. Again, let's do the old faithful. Start purging it down of disgusting humans living here. There we go. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. And look at that. We have the barony of something or other. Let's make that the county capital. Perfect. We've got our evil tower now. We're going to call this Overlord's Spire. Something like that. Seems about right. The Overlord Spire. And here, as you can see, we have plenty of evil buildings. So as we're not really relying on gold for our troops, we are, however, relying on it to get these buildings. And as you can see, many of these give us technology boosts, a lot of malice, basically, which we can then convert into more men that we can go out and conquer, raid, do whatever it is we're going to be doing. You may have seen it in some of the menus, but we do have a very crude magic system, so in this case the only thing we can do to this guy is we can instill hatred, we can spend some malice, good, let the hate flow through you. Basically, we can make anyone that we want into our rival. This is going to be great for people like, I was going to say Charlemagne, but I think he might be having one or two issues down here. Things not going great for him, we won't worry about that. But basically, we can turn anyone I want into our rival, and it just gives us, a little bit of a role-playing flavour. Just the opponents of the Overlord, the valiant knights and such. If we see anyone particularly noble, particularly valiant, a good crusader, that sort of thing, we'll make them our rival, and then we can come over here, maybe raid them up, kill them in battle, that sort of thing. But anyway, I think that's probably a good place to leave it off. We've got a lot of stuff to do here, a lot of tribes to start shifting, lots of evil castles, evil towers to start building up, plenty of minions to bring in, a bit more administration going on here, and naturally we've got a bit more malice, so we can start building up a nice horde that we can go out and raid the world with. But yeah, I think our goal for kind of next episode is just going to be to consolidate a bit more of this land, start blobbing out a little bit more, and maybe start putting in some vassals as well. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe, be the first to do so. And anyway, thank you very much. Bye-bye.